So now we'll begin with the arterial supply of the thyroid gland. So the first important artery is the superior thyroid artery, as you can see here. This artery is a branch from the external carotid artery, and as it goes downwards, it has a relation with the external laryngeal nerve. That means it accompanies this nerve, and then as they come closer to the pole, these two separate, and at the pole there is also a division of this superior thyroid artery into anterior branch and the posterior branch. So let's first focus on the anterior branch. The anterior branch, as we already know, is one of the relations of the anterior border of the lateral lobe, and then later it becomes the relation of the superior border of the isthmus, and finally it anastomoses with the anterior branch of the opposite side. So this was the story of anterior branch. Now let's come to the posterior branch. So posterior branch is present at the posterior border of the lateral lobe, and then it anastomoses with the inferior thyroid artery. Overall, the superior thyroid artery supplies the upper 1/3 of the lateral lobe and upper half of the isthmus. Let's move on to the second artery, which is the inferior thyroid artery. So this inferior thyroid artery comes from the thyrocervical trunk, and now this thyrocervical trunk is nothing but a branch from the first part of the subclavian artery. So let's begin with the pathway of the inferior thyroid artery. So it moves upwards along the medial border of a muscle called the scalenus anterior, and then it goes behind the carotid sheath. So we already know that the carotid sheath consists of internal jugular vein, common carotid artery, and the vagus nerve. So it goes behind the sheath, it comes behind the lobe, and then finally anastomoses with the posterior branch of the superior thyroid artery. Here, as you can see, that behind the lobe it has an intimate relationship with a nerve called the recurrent laryngeal nerve, and this relationship is kind of variable, as you can see in this picture. Sometimes it is present behind the artery, sometimes it's present above the artery or in front of the artery. It can be present in between the arteries. Overall, this artery particularly supplies the lower 2/3 of the lateral lobe and the lower half of the isthmus. The third artery is the thyroidea ema artery. So this is present only in 30% of the cases, and it can arise from two things, either the brachiocephalic trunk or the aorta, and it usually enters the isthmus from below, as you can see in this picture. And the fourth artery or arteries are the accessory thyroid arteries, which usually come from the tracheal and the esophageal arteries.